Hey guys, my name is Doug with infotainment.com. Today we're in the 2013 through 2019 Ram truck. The video I'm about to explain it applies to 1500 through 5500 trucks. Basically what we're doing today is we're upgrading from the factory Uconnect 8.4 inch system. We're going to the new style 8.4 inch system that has embedded Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capability. So it's an exciting new upgrade here at infotainment.com. We've had a lot of success with it already. I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to upgrade to our kit. It's 100% factory and it's 100% plug and play. As I mentioned, it is very easy to install, so let's get started. All right guys, the first thing we want to do is shut the vehicle off. It is recommended that you disconnect the negative battery terminal anytime you're dealing with electronics. And this particular truck, this one has the center console, so it has the full armrest with the cup holders and so on and so forth down here on the floor here. So the video that I'm showing you obviously pertains to this. Those of you who do not have the center console, the installation process is going to be nearly identical. You just don't have to fool with anything on the bottom here. But in this particular case, the first thing you want to do is remove the little lid liner here. And it's just a little rubber piece. Once you remove that, you can remove the two Torx T20 screws. All right, once you remove those, take a peek in this little cubby here. Some trucks have it, some do not. But right in the back there is going to be another screw. All right, once those screws are out, you're going to want to take this little liner out here. And that'll give you to two more screws here, which are Phillips head. And then what you're going to want to do is remove this chrome ring that goes around the console here. It's just held in with little retaining clips, just pops right out. Once you do that, you're going to want to lift up on your armrest. Once you lift up on your armrest, all you got to do is just pop this out. It just comes right out. Set it aside. So at this point, we can just grab a hold of it and pull it from the dash. At this point, it's just held in with retaining clips. In some certain situations, you may have to put the vehicle in neutral just to get the bezel from around the gear shifter here. You don't need to fully disconnect the bezel here. You can just kind of lay it down. You just really need to get access to the four screws that hold in the radio. And those are all going to be 7mm. Now that the screws are removed, you can just pull the radio out. You'll see a series of connectors. The first one we're going to do here is the USB. You push the little tab in and pull it out. Then you have a purple connector, a mustard connector, and a white connector. Just press the little tabs and pull it out. The last connector here, what you're going to want to do is push this tab in and lift it up at the same time. And that'll come right out. You can now just remove this radio. Now the radio that we send you has the same connectors in the back. So you're just going to plug them in the exact same way. With this big black connector, you're going to lift up on the tab first and then push it down to snap it in. Now we can reinstall the four 7mm screws. All right, now that we have the 4 screws installed, I wanted to point out to those of you who have a 2013 or 2014 Ram truck and that have the heated seats and or the vented seats and or the heated steering wheel, you will need to purchase this kit separately. It is listed on our website. This will retain those seat functions and or steering wheel functions on the newly installed radio. Those of you who have a 2015 and up, just disregard this. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and peel back our safety cover. All right, now we can reinstall our bezel. Pop it into place. We're going to reinstall everything the way we took it out. Our 2 T20 Torx screws here, T20 Torx screw here. Then we're going to reinstall the console with the 2 Phillips head screws. All right, guys, the next part of the installation, we need to replace the media hub that's in your armrest, okay? This particular vehicle has the center console, so I'll show you how to do it here, and then we're gonna have a quick snippet after this shoot for vehicles that do not have the center console, how to replace the media hub. In this particular case, it's very easy. Remove the liner. There's gonna be 7 Torx T20 screws around the perimeter. Go ahead and remove those. Once you remove the 7 screws, you're gonna lift up on this tray and pull it back. And basically what that's gonna do is that's gonna give you access to all the connectors back here. This particular connector here on your left is for the USB. Some of you will have a USB. This is for charging only for your devices. It may be a cigarette lighter, but basically we don't have to do anything with that. We're looking for these 2 connectors here. This is your USB data cable, and this is your power and ground. So once you remove those 2, around the perimeter of your existing media hub are some tabs. So what you gotta do is you kinda have to press those tabs in at the same time, pushing it forward to release it. You notice the tabs all around it. So once you do that, this hub comes right out. Now it's time to install the replacement hub. So this replacement hub, we worked alongside Fiat Chrysler Ram to try to find a hub that would work well in the Ram trucks, and this is what we came up with. Basically what it's gonna come with is this hub and this little hub harness. So you plug the hub harness into this connector here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna feed this through the tray here, and we're gonna push it into place. Now, you'll notice a small gap on the right and left sides. That is perfectly normal. There isn't a hub out there that could be just a little bit wider, so this will do. Now on the back side, all we have to do is plug these 2 connectors in. That retains our power and ground. And then on the bottom, there's 2 ports here. One can go in the bottom. Okay, the top one is going to be vacant. Now those of you who want to get fancy, you can install, this is an actual Mopar part for a different vehicle, but it works. You can actually install this as an expansion USB on this little part right here. That little port, you can install this, and then you can put this anywhere else in your vehicle, whether you want it here in your center console, your cup holder, maybe even your glove box, wherever you want this, to give you the ability to have an additional USB hub for CarPlay and Android Auto. Not required, but it's something that you can take into consideration. The part number for this will be listed on our website. So now that we have everything plugged in, we're going to reinstall the tray the way we took it out. You kind of set it here, you push it forward, then set it down. We can now replace our 7 screws. That completes the media hub installation process for the center console trucks. Furthermore, those who do not have the center console, just remove the 2 Torx T20 screws here. Check the cubby here for a screw. Once you have those out, it just pops out of place. All right, those of you who do not have the center console, you'll notice your hub's in the same location. In order to gain access to it, just pull out your cup holder cover here, pop off this plastic trim piece, and then just peel up the cloth or the leather that goes around this little center seat here. It's very easy to pull out and put back in, but basically by doing that, you can lift up on it, and it'll allow you to just have a little bit better of access once you peel the foam back. Just have a little bit better access to get to the clips that hold your hub in. Just remove your hub, unplug both plugs. Then, just like the vehicles with the center console, we're going to plug in our little adapter, plug it in the back, plug the media cable in the bottom. I'm going to tuck all of our wiring. Then this one requires a little bit of muscle. We're going to get it in, and then we're going to push down on it, because you'll notice a little metal bar or brace right here. We're going to want to get up under that little metal brace, and it'll have a nice snug fit. Again, there's going to be a little bit of a gap. Feel free to use a little bit of a saw or whatnot to make it fit the way you desire. But once you do that, you just reinstall everything the way you took it out, and that'll complete the hub installation on the Ram trucks without the center console. All right, guys, now that everything's put back together and in its place, let's go ahead and turn it on and check it out. Right away, you see the nice high-definition screen. This is a responsive touchscreen. It's very clear, a lot better than the other one, of course. Right off the bat, you'll notice the SXM icon there. That's for Sirius XM. The first time you start your truck, if that icon does not show up, just go ahead and shut your truck off, let it sleep for maybe 10 minutes, come back in, start the truck up. Once you get that icon, you know that this is fully configured to the vehicle's computer. So in this particular case, it worked right off the bat for us. As I mentioned, sometimes it takes these radios just a little bit to get configured to the vehicle. So right off the bat, you'll notice here you got AM, FM. They do come with HD radio. This particular model is the UAQ model. We know that because it has the integrated navigation. We also carry a UAS model, which is nearly identical, but it does not have navigation. So in FM here, you'll notice HD radio is on. It's a great little feature there for those of you who don't have that. It's pretty cool. Sirius XM radio is here. It does require a subscription through Sirius XM. If you tune to the 0 channel, that will be the code you'll have to give Sirius XM to get it activated. So, awesome feature there. Within the media section here, you do retain your USB, obviously through the new USB hub that we installed. Also auxiliary input for those of you who still use that, and then this is for Bluetooth streaming audio. You'll be able to utilize that as soon as you pair your phone to the device. Climate continues to work as usual. Those of you who have dual zone climate control will be able to obviously do that. You could take it off of sync and change this one down. Obviously we have it on automatic temperature control now. Those are all things you can do here through the climate soft key. When you get into the Uconnect apps, you can go through and get into the settings menu. You can change things there. A few things I did want to point out in the app section here. Those of you who have Uconnect Access, that is the feature that you pay Uconnect each month so you can have the smartphone app and unlock and lock your doors, start your vehicle. You will lose Uconnect Access when upgrading to this system. That's the only downfall. It doesn't pertain to 95% of you. Not the end of the world for you guys, but those of you who do have Uconnect access, the smartphone app, it will not work with this system here. I wanted to point that out. So the Wi-Fi hotspot will not work properly. The Activate Go services, and most importantly, the Uconnect access feature. In the controls button here, we do retain heated, vented, and heated wheel. Those of you, as I mentioned before, have a 2013 or 2014 truck, you will need a special module to emulate that signal. So be sure to grab that. 15 and up, don't worry about it. This particular truck, we installed a cargo camera. That's a really cool feature. We do carry that on our website. Very high popular seller. Also works in motion, so when you're flying down the highway, you can utilize that cargo camera. Really cool too. We'll move on to nav now. This is an awesome navigation system, guys. It's very intuitive. You don't have anything clunky on the windshield. You're not holding your phone. You can set up everything as your home or as your work. Obviously, you can go to where to and do an address or point of interest. You can also tell the system where you want to go by pressing the VR button on your steering wheel. You can actually tell it where you want to go, and it'll take you there. As you can see here, it pinpointed our location immediately. As I mentioned before, it does have a responsive touchscreen, so you can pinch to zoom. It's an awesome feature here with the new Ram radios. We're going to go back to the apps feature now, and I wanted to point out a few things here. Your Sirius Travel Link, this is something you gain automatically if your truck had Sirius Travel Link. If your truck did not have Sirius Travel Link, you will need to buy an additional little programmer on the website. So see our advertisement a little bit more about that. But this is an additional cost through SiriusXM, through your subscription. It gives you local fuel prices, things like that, movie listings, sports scores, weather reports, the weather map. Sirius Traffic is something you can also get through that as well. When you're within your route, through navigation, when you're within the route, the Sirius Traffic will actually divert you around accidents and congestion and things like that. So TravelLink is a feature you also get with the UAQ system. The UAS does not feature TravelLink. Okay. Few other little things I wanted to point out here, which are kind of cool. Within the settings menu, obviously you can come in here and change a lot of the settings, how you want things to act. When you first get in the vehicle, do you want your heated and cooled seats to come on automatically? Do you want your doors to lock, you know, whenever you press the button on your remote? Just things like that. One thing that's kind of neat here within display is under set theme, you can actually change the theme of your radio here. So that's kind of neat. You can come in here and see which one you like. The default, I believe, is Ram 1. So that's what we kept it on here. So just a really cool system here, guys. Such a big upgrade. You do retain all your existing features. So backup camera, you know, you'll retain that. Your steering wheel controls, right? These are all things that we pre-program in these radios, so they work 100% plug and play. You don't have to go to the dealer for anything, okay? So now what I want to do is explain to you guys a little bit about how CarPlay, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto work. All right, once you plug in your lightning cable, we're going to do a CarPlay demonstration. You just plug it into your phone here. You'll notice CarPlay shows up on your phone and also the touchscreen display. So now you can press CarPlay. So this is such an awesome feature, guys. Obviously right here we have our phone. So
would you like to make a call, or would you like me to play your voicemail?
Cancel.
Okay.
So you can make and receive phone calls. You can go through favorites, recents, your contacts. You could type it in, what number you want to call. So that's through the phone feature. Those of you who have Apple Music, you will be able to access your library, your playlist, and the radio. Maps. This is Apple Maps. So it works just like it does on your phone. You could tell the destination. You can choose from a list of previous destinations maybe you have used. Just click it and you'll be on your way. So that's a cool thing there. Messages. As you're driving and people text you, you'll see something pop up on the top of the screen. If you press it, it'll actually read the text message to you, which is super convenient and safe, and then it allows you to respond to it, never taking your hands off the wheel. So that's really cool there.
Would you like to hear your unread messages or create a new one?
Cancel.
Okay.
So that's neat. Now playing, I'll show you in just a minute. Podcasts, those of you who love listening to podcasts, for instance, Noel's Cast from Florida State football, you can go in here. That's something that I subscribe to, so I can listen to that on the ride home. So that's pretty cool there. Audio books for those of you who have long commutes. Audio books is obviously an awesome feature. Google Maps, similar to Apple Maps. Some people love Apple Maps, some people hate it. A lot of people love Google Maps, so you could utilize that as well. Add a destination, go from recent searches, restaurants, whatever the case may be. Again, you can also tell it where you want to go, so that's neat there. The latest iOS update did allow you to do not only Google Maps, but it also allowed you to do Waze, which is another really cool navigation feature. If you go to apple.com, it will tell you all the different apps you can use in CarPlay. You can't use every app, guys, but you can use a lot of them, and they're constantly adding more and more to the CarPlay feature. SiriusXM, this is pretty cool here too. Maybe you don't want to subscribe to SiriusXM on the actual radio itself. Maybe you just want the smartphone SiriusXM subscription, which I think is less than $10 a month. You will be able to utilize that through CarPlay. So whatever you want to listen to, come in here and you're listening to satellite radio, not through the radio, but you're listening to it through your smartphone through CarPlay. So that's kind of neat there too. Spotify, those of you who have Spotify love it. You can go in here to recently played, your library, whatever the case may be, and you'll be able to listen to your music right here from the touchscreen. The big point of Apple CarPlay is to keep the phone out of your hands. You'll be able to utilize everything right here on your touchscreen display. Okay? And then last but not least, Waze. A lot of people love Waze because it does reroute you around accidents. It does tell you about speed traps. This is a free app through the Apple Store. Really cool here as well. You can search, go home, go wherever you want to go, and it'll actually reroute you around those, those congested areas and whatnot. That's a free app. I highly recommend it. So pretty cool there. I did want to demonstrate. We're going to go back to now playing. This is just telling you whatever you're playing. So if you were within the Apple Music or Spotify or SiriusXM, if you just go to now playing, it just gets you right back to the screen where you were listening to. So that's what that is. These systems also allow for Siri use. You can press and hold the voice recognition button on your steering wheel, or you can press and hold this button here to utilize Siri. What was the score of Monday Night Football?
The Saints narrowly defeated the Panthers by a score of 12-9 last Monday.
So you'll be able to utilize Siri. You can ask all sorts of questions. You'll be able to go to apple.com for all the different things you can do with Siri. So awesome upgrade, guys. Apple CarPlay here with this UAQ system here. All right, guys, I want to do a quick demonstration now of how Android Auto works. So you'll plug in your cable, then you'll plug it into your phone. Now, the very first time you start Android Auto, you do need to download the Android Auto app on your mobile device here. And then there is a bunch of prompts you have to accept before it allows you to use Android Auto on the screen. Perfectly normal, that's the way they do it. So you'll see the Android Auto icon show up. Now you'll be able to utilize Android Auto. Very similar to Apple CarPlay. Come over here on the left side here. This is all through Google Maps. You'll be able to take directions straight home or whatever destination you want. Again, you can tell it where you want to go, or you can type it, okay? Right here with the little phone icon, if that's not obvious enough, this will allow you to make and receive phone calls. This button here, similar to the Apple device where it's the home, so that'll bring you home there. This here is for music, so those of you who are subscribed to Amazon Music, Audible, Spotify, whatever the case may be, and if you go to the Android website, it'll tell the Android Auto website, it'll tell you all the different apps that you can use in conjunction with Android Auto, okay? And then at the very end here is a button to return to Uconnect. This will get you back to the home screen. So similar to CarPlay, Android Auto, for those of you who have Android devices, is an awesome integration feature. Here at infotainment.com, we do so much more than this, guys. This is one of our popular upgrades here. But in excess to this, we do all sorts of things, from backup cameras to cargo cameras. What a great time to add those particular things right now. You already have your dash torn apart. Why not add it? As you can see, the backup camera is really neat. You know, you have it here, and then you'll be able to utilize the cargo camera as well. So those are really cool features there. Other things we do the 7-inch EVIC clusters. You know, we can upgrade your cluster to the nice digital screen. That is something we do. We do power folding mirrors. You press the button and your mirrors will come in and out. Great for those moosier tow mirrors that a lot of you may have. That's something that we add. 100% factory, guys. We do leather through CatSkin. We do headlights and taillights, the factory OEM headlights and taillights with the LED feature, daytime running lights, so on and so forth. Man, we do the reroute. So if you have a cargo camera image in your mirror or a backup camera image in your mirror, we have reroute kits to get that to your 8.4-inch touchscreen display. So come check us out, guys. We do a whole lot for the Ram trucks, Ford trucks, Chevy, Toyota, and now Nissan. So come check us out, infotainment.com. Thanks for watching.